Hello and good morning and good Wednesday to all of you Top Fan Rivalry followers. It's your boy Bill from Top Fan Rivalry. I'm going to go through our weekly stuff and just talk. We've had some conversations in the past about rule changes, which was last week. The week before we talked about small ball. So I'm going to break down the effects of the rule changes of small balls based on records. So I'm going to do kind of a 1 + 1 = 2. I hope everybody's doing well. It's Wednesday, the 19th of April. I hope everybody's doing great with the day, moving on. Everything's good. We're halfway through the week. All right, so here we go. So let's break down a couple of thoughts here. First and foremost, we have a couple of five teams here that are really started out slow. Okay, now there are a lot of teams that you could say that have started out different than what people had anticipated. The Dodgers, the Padres, right? Even the Giants in the West. You can say that Boston may be producing a little bit better than people thought, or who would have thought the Rays were going to do as well as they're doing. But I'm going to break down five teams for you. Kansas City Royals are 4-14. Oakland A's are 3-15. Washington is 5-12. San Francisco is 5-11, and Colorado is 5-13. Okay, now those are just records. That must mean, hey, maybe they got some people on the IL. That means, a number of different things that could take place there. But I'm going to break that down even further. Let's talk about a team that I think is going to make the playoffs this year and that nobody is paying attention to. We're going to talk about the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore Orioles play in the division with the Yankees. They play in the division with the Red Sox, who get all the pub. Right now, Toronto's getting a lot of pub because of their lineup. Bo Bichette. They got um, uh, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over there. I mean, they got George Springer. They got a ton of athletes, right? And so you get a lot of publicity there. Nobody's paying attention to the Orioles. Now, the Orioles still have a fighting chance for this thing. Notice how Cedric Mullins has 9 stolen bases. He's leading the league, or he's tied for the league in stolen bases. And Jorge, Mateo has 8. So between two guys, they have 17 stolen bases. And they're still playing long ball. Ryan Mountcastle has 6 home runs. So let's talk about the effects of that on their on the standings and how they're doing. Guys, if you can't play small ball in this league and in this day and age, you're not going to win. Period. End of discussion. If you don't, if you can't play small ball, you're not going to win, right? The rule changes affect all 30 teams. You can't cry and say, well, we got a pitch clock violation here. We got this that happened here. We got this that happened here. All 30 teams are dealing with the same thing, everybody. The exact same thing. So you can't complain about it. There's nothing to complain about. It's like you're arguing about a moot point, right? But pay attention to how Baltimore's doing it. They're winning with small ball. They can still hit the long ball. They're probably never going to hit as many home runs this season as like the Yankees will with Stanton when he comes back off the IL, and Judge and Anthony Rizzo, or even the Padres with the dream team that they have over there. You're never going to get all of that at the same time. Okay, but it doesn't matter as long as you can put the ball on the ground, you can move runners over, you can do things that would affect your play and being able to win games. I mean, I got to be honest with you. As everybody knows, I'm a Dodger fan. Okay. And being a Dodger fan, I've lost us lose 2 games because we either can't defend against the small ball or we can't play small ball. Now, Baltimore's 10-7. They're 10-7. A lot of that's going to have to do with the small ball. Now, pay attention to some of the podcasts that are coming up as we're going to talk about this. Okay. So, a lot of small ball comes into play. Listen, the rule changes are going to affect everybody. Not I'm tired of hearing people complain about the rule changes. Okay. It affects every team, all 30 teams. Okay. And don't pay attention to the umpire strike zone either. I'm tired of hearing people say, wow, we lost the game because the umpire called, this person out. If it comes down to one play, you already lost the game. Okay. You need to put people on, you need to move them over. You need to play small ball when you can. The home run's great. I know the 90s commercial chicks did the long ball. I get it. Okay, but you're not going to always hit a long ball. So everybody stop arguing about that. My point to this whole episode is if you play the small ball like we've talked about and you understand the rule changes, you can compete. The Baltimore Orioles are doing that. They've won 10 games and only lost 7. Okay. Right now, everybody thought that the dream team was the Padres. Now, I'm not picking on the Padres. The Padres have a great fan base. Heck, I was down at Petco Park this week. You probably saw that on Instagram. They got a fantastic ballpark. They got a fantastic fan base. Okay. But they are built for the long ball. They're not running a lot. They're building the long ball, right? They're 8-11. So if you would have told me 17, 18, 19 games into the season that Baltimore would be 10-7 and the Padres would be 8-11, the first thing I'd be asking you is who's on the IL, right? What happened? But it's not about the IL, guys. It's about how you play the game. Again, small ball is going to win it for you when you're struggling with those games. Small ball is going to win it for you. Watch what the Angels did yesterday. If you watch the Angels Yankees game yesterday, Angels are up 4-0. Yankees come back, score 2. Okay. And then all of a sudden, you've got a situation where you've got a runner who not only steals second, but on a bad throw goes to third. And then on the next batter, you hit a fly ball and the runner scores on a sac fly. A huge insurance run, a huge insurance run. You watch that happen in the Dodger game yesterday against the Mets, right? Freddie Freeman hit a sac fly after Austin Barnes, the catcher, who's got wheels, decided to run. Stole second, bad throw goes to third. Okay, so you got to play small ball at some point. Anyways, Top Fan Rivalry followers, I love you guys. Okay, a lot's going to be happening soon. Check it out. First of all, subscribe to us. Okay, here. Second of all, pay attention. We have watch parties coming up. We got one in coming up in San Diego in the month of May. We got 2 coming up in June, both in Houston and in Atlanta. We got one in August coming up in Boston when the Red Sox are in the Bronx playing the Yankees. We got another one that we're going to be added, maybe 2 more in Southern California. We might hit Philly. We might hit New York this year. So just pay attention. We're trying to create the community where baseball fans can get together. Okay, check us out on the lives. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. We appreciate you guys. This is all about sports talk. It's all about you as the fan being fan involved. Have your voices heard. It's a great place to do it. If you want to jump on a podcast, IM us or send us an email, but you can IM us on Instagram and say, hey, I'm a fan of whichever team and I want to be on your podcast. And we love to do it. Okay. So, hey, guys and gals, appreciate you guys. Look forward to talking to you next week. Remember, small ball is going to be what's going to win it. And we will talk to you guys soon.